Buckle up, because March 25, 2025 has delivered a whirlwind of financial, political, and global headlines that feel ripped from a dystopian novel: trade walls rising, nuclear umbrellas unfurling, and private investment frontiers expanding. Here's your 10-point summary of today's biggest stories. Distilled from the chaos. Global trade barriers surge. Countries are slamming the brakes on open trade faster than at any point in decades, echoing the isolationist spiral of the 1930s that fueled the Great Depression. With Trump's tariff threats looming, nations are erecting defenses especially against China-esque economic and diplomatic fallout that could linger for years. Europe eyes its own nuclear shield. Trump's shaky commitment to NATO has Europe sweating, pushing leaders to explore a homegrown nuclear umbrella. It's a costly, complex pivot from decades of U.S. protection. With France's arsenal in the spotlight as a potential deterrent against Russia, private investment goes Wild West. High-risk, high-word private companies like SpaceX and OpenAI are now within reach for smaller investors, thanks to platforms like Equitizen and Forge Global, dropping minimums to $5,000. It's a bold new frontier for Wall Street's retail. Crowd. 23andMe single quotes as bankruptcy bombshell. The DNA testing giant filed for Chapter 11, putting the genetic data of 15 million customers up for grabs. Privacy concerns are spiking as state officials urge users to delete their info. But a sluggish website is leaving some in limbo. Boeing's Pentagon Lifeline. Boeing snagged a deal to build the priciest jet fighter program ever for the Pentagon, a much-needed boost as the aerospace titan steadies itself. Meanwhile, markets tick down slightly, with DJIA futures at 42,852, 0.11% closing parenthesis. Samsung shocker. The head of Samsung Electronics, smartphone and consumer electronics division, died of cardiac arrest, rattling the South Korean tech behemoth already struggling to regain its footing. Moab's development duel in Utah's Red Rock haven of Moab. A 180-acre housing project to ease tourist-driven shortages has sparked a firestorm. Legal battles, death threats, and all. It's a microcosm of growth versus preservation, tearing communities apart. Consumer and housing pulse. Today's Senate hearing on Trump's Social Security pick, Frank Bisignano, kicks off at 10 a.m. ET, while the Conference Board drops its March Consumer Confidence Index. Housing data sales and the Case-Shiller Price Index will also land, offering fresh economic clues. Retail's revolving door. Mall owners are cheering Forever 21's collapse, eyeing a chance to swap in stronger tenants. Across the border, Canadians boycotting U.S. vacations are denting local economies. A sudden shift with ripple effects. Cruise lines go private. Major cruise companies are leasing private islands in the Bahamas, keeping cash in-house, but stirring debate over whether it's a boon for their bottom line or a bust for local ports. Wrap it up. Today's news paints a world at a crossroads, trade retreating behind fortress walls, Europe grasping for nuclear autonomy, and investors chasing private sector gold. From Moab's dust-ups to 23andMe's data drama, it's a day where uncertainty reigns, but opportunity glimmers for the bold. Stay sharp. Tomorrow's headlines are already brewing.